Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you again for joining us this good afternoon. And as we celebrate our 50th day of activation, that's 50. I want to thank everybody who has been joining us consistently. I know there are some persons who tell me they make sure they watch every day. So thank you for staying tuned and being educated by a group of professional individuals, and thank you to Ms. Jehan Williams for such a wonderful presentation. Yes, John James, let's go. All right, so we're starting today with my presentations again. I'm not turning back, right? So I'm staying there with my presentations. All right. So Pat, there at the cable, I hope you're watching. Yeah, you started the movement. All right. So we look at the calls and we see that we continue with the 311 calls, 911, the St. Kitts NEOC, and the EOC on Nevis. The Compliance Task Force continues to do its work with visiting a total of 70 business places today. Next slide, please. Wonderful. Right. And we continue again to encourage businesses to ensure compliance with the regulation SRNO 16 of 2020, the Emergency Powers COVID-19 number 7. I want to go back, just if you can go back, Dungeon, great. There you will see our team carrying out the educational and awareness campaigns. You will see the engagement of buses, and this is why we are able to now begin to curb the behavioral change that is required for us to live in this new norm. And it's very important. So these are our professionals who go out there every day to ensure the business places, enterprises, our public transportation is doing the best to comply with the regulation. This is part of our success that we have seen thus far. Again, we continue to show the particulars in which we see the improvement, and out of the 70 business places, you look at the numbers, 52 business places looked at the adherent to the 6 feet distancing. And one of the things I want to emphasize again is that 6 feet distance is just not side by side or front and back. It's a combination of all, north, east, south, west. So when you're calculating the 6 feet distance, make sure you take the 4 cardinal points in particular, or if we can go to layman terms, left and right, front and rear. It's important that you do so to maintain your safety distances. Again, the sanitizing of doorknobs and hands upon entry. One time you see it fluctuate where persons, some business places in certain areas are doing a good job. Another time there are some businesses that need to continue to be encouraged. I don't even want to touch the liquor. I never drink none in my life yet. So I will encourage persons not to drink any. Well, that's why I don't watch me like that. Yes? Right. Good. The personal hygiene. Personal hygiene. We continue to see good practices in our personal hygiene, and it's very important. I was listening to a report that was done by a doctor in the United States, and he said that a combination of all, wearing a mask, the distancing, and the hygiene protocol increases the opportunity of you not becoming infected by the virus. So that is critically important that we practice all of these things. We are aware that the hurricane season is among us, is with us. It will begin officially on the 1st of June. So with that, every afternoon, I'm going to bring you some tips for you to start to prepare for the hurricane season. Traditionally, and let's be realistic, we wait until we say, listen, it's going to impact us within the next 24 hours for us to start to prepare. And that is not a good practice. That's the reality with that. So I want to encourage you to, one, prepare your home. How do you prepare your home? One, make sure if you don't have a generator, attempt to get one. And if you have a generator, ensure that when you're operating your generator is operated on the outside to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Two, if you own a vehicle, or if due to work you have been assigned a vehicle, please ensure that the gas or diesel tank is filled. And also, if you have a garage, park your vehicle in the garage. We know the common one. Cover your windows with hurricane shutters or plywood. That is very important for us to do to ensure that you don't have to go up one of the hardware stores to change your glass. Or if you have louvers, you can see the damage that a flying projectile can have on your louvers. That's aluminum louvers. Secure objects that are outdoors and bring them inside. So if you know you have something on the outside that can be lifted by the wind speed, please bring it to the inside and secure it. As we continue to say all the time, please ensure that all the trees and shrubs around your house are trimmed. So those are your hurricane tips for today. I also want to acknowledge and give special thanks to the Sandy Point Benevolent Society. That is a non-profit organization which bears as its mantra, we give back so others can move forward. It states, this is a moment in time whenever you are, you feel bound, wherever you are, you feel bound to step up and act. Change is now more than a metaphor. Change is here. We know the individual and family commitments all too well. We accept the boundaries that our leaders put in place. As an organization, we became restless as we simply wanted to help. We wanted to give to country, to St. Kitts and Nevis. In response to our duty to country during this pandemic, we thought it best to donate personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPEs, test kits, gloves, and masks. We began raising funds. Unfortunately, procuring these items for donation were met with some unforeseen challenges. We hope to deliver on these PPE commitments in the near future. Instead, we chose one idea, which was championed by Jean Herbert and Ambassador Thelma Philip Brown, to support college students stranded in the U.S. With the able contribution of the SPBS and other well-wishers like Grenville Renford, Steve Phillip, and Arthur Martin, we made timely monetary contribution to 17 students. Our members felt blessed to connect directly with the students and learn about their pursuits and their heritage. It was essential that we step up at this moment. And all we ask of the student is to simply to pay it forward. We are not in this alone. Other groups and individuals have stepped up. We particularly want to point out Dr. Hannah Gishard, a robust partner with SPBS, who gave generously to support additional students as well. Collectively, we deliver support to more than 25 students and have inspired other organizations to participate in this effort. We encourage citizens at home or abroad in good economic standing or charitable mind to consider similar assistance for persons in need. We pray for our beloved Federation daily, and in particular, the hard-working efforts of the National COVID Task Force and all of our essential workers. We hope that our Federation, as well as a resident here in the USA, can return to some normalcy, resulting in an easing of the burden caused by this pandemic. Continue to be safe as we ride through this storm. Dr. Stuart Williams, President, SPBS US Chapter. I also want to thank, which I did already, but I wish to do so again, Dina Kosick from New Orleans, USA, who sent 15 pizzas to the NEOC today. Thank you, Dina. Dina was actually here in St. Kitts and Nevis for 9 weeks as a result of being unable to return home after our borders were closed. Dina stated that, dear Mr. Samuel, I would like to send you and the NEOC a very big thank you for your amazing leadership throughout our stay here on your beautiful island of St. Kitts. I enjoyed listening to you and your colleagues on the ZIZ Daily broadcast while we were there. Everyone did a fabulous job in keeping your people and us visitors informed on the current local situation during this pandemic time. They were here, and the lady Dina too, at the Christoph Marino. And unfortunately, they said they would have left, but they keep St. Kitts and Nevis dear to their heart. Tomorrow, for our program, we look forward to hearing from the National Housing Corporation and from Mr. Chad Allen on behalf of the Bankers and Financial Services Association. Those are our look forward for tomorrow. So thank you for listening, and we look forward to your questions.